Do you know what one of my favorite movies is? Rocky Horror Picture Show. I know, you're probably shocked, aren't you? I have a giant poster of Tim Curry laid out in stockings across my wall that I wake up and see every morning to remind me, don't dream it, be it. That being said, most people say that I'm homophobic or something. Actually, I'm everything phobic, people tend to tell me. Or maybe they just say it to try and discredit me and make me seem evil. Because frankly, allowing me to have any platform with counterpoints that could actually reach a person that's somewhat rational or open to ideas that aren't just spewed out by the media machine and progressives' right side of history, it's almost as if people who are completely and utterly obnoxious just figure you tack on right side of history at the end and it can excuse any level of douchery. Me, I'm not on any side of history, because guess what, bitch? We're all going to be forgotten. So you can just take that one and throw it out the fucking window if you're hoping history remembers you for this level of shit snackery. 2020 will most likely be something a historical channel will talk about as another dark age in our history. You know how, like, the Great Depression was a blurb in some history channel things? Like, oh, the Great Depression. You see a video of people standing in line to get a bowl of soup. 2020 is going to be remembered for coronavirus, stupidity, movements that made no sense, looting, and nuttery. You're not going to be in the mix. They're not going to go, oh, this asshole comic book writer said he was on the right side of history because he yelled at someone on Twitter. No. Anyway, back on subject, because that took way too long. The trans movement of 2020 to me seems about as relevant as the feminist movement. They're always acting like they have no power. Like the world is against them and America is so bad to them that it's just crazy. The LGBTQ is the only minority group that runs around almost like a terrorist organization. They run in, they make demands, and you will meet them or else. You might have seen this person before. I'm 100% sure you've seen them before. They like do little TikToks where they act as if people hate them. And the thing is, nobody hates you. We're kind of tired of you. You know, like an annoying child that constantly runs in a room and screams at the top of their lungs till you pay attention. And you're like, what is it this time, silly? You're oppressing me. And then they run out of the room. And you're sitting there and you're like, what? What just happened? Why isn't this child in jail?
Let me tell you something about LGBTQ rights, about trans rights. This is only going in one direction.
It seems like the LGBTQ rights have more rights than heterosexual men. And last I checked, it's usually heterosexual dudes picking up my trash. I have never seen the trash man come with like Lady Gaga music playing and people giving me my zhuzh in the morning. It just doesn't happen. But Lord knows, no one cares about those brave men picking up my cat.
One direction. You will respect us. You can be a...
Here we go. This person looks at you to tell you you will respect them. I would have more respect for you if you shaved your chest hair. You know, it just does not work with that ensemble. You can't be running around with those lashes, which I'll admit are not bad. I will give you that, queen. But the hairline, no. Whatever happened to glamorous? You know, am I asking for too much of the modern gay? I remember when my homosexuals were glamorous. They were cool and interesting, bold, self-confident, and none of them ever told me I was oppressing them. But this person is somehow oppressed.
Are you upset?
Nobody's upset with you. In fact, we've all forgot who you were till you continuously put out TikToks trying to remind us that we somehow dislike you when we forgot you were here. In all honesty, you're like a living version of the Marvel movie Eternals. That's the best way to describe this person.
You can be angry.
Not angry. Don't care. You see, acceptance is when people don't care about you. That's true acceptance. If you've ever been in a family where you weren't the youngest child, you know what I'm talking about. It's not that you don't matter. It's just like the parents have other issues. You know, the economy's falling. Things are going bad. China has hypersonic missiles. And you're telling us about your oppression that the rest of us are supposed to see, but we don't? Because, you know, movies and television is bending over backwards to make characters that represent people because nobody can connect with anything that isn't identical to them in their beliefs, which I think is a big, big problem systematically for our society, where nobody could just go, yes, Superman is white and from Krypton and he can fly and do super things, but I can relate to him. You know, Batman rich, stable, high functional depressive. I can really relate to Batman. But outside of that, we got nothing in common. Like, that's the whole point of superhero characters. You can relate to them even though they aren't identical to you. But not today. Everybody needs everything to be exactly like them in order to feel special. And frankly, if you can't find something within yourself and you need outward validation, here's a dad moment for you. What you need is within yourself. But if you can't figure that out, enjoy spending the rest of your life chasing trends, seeking representation, and always looking at something else to try and fulfill you. You will never be filled because your glass will always be empty. Confusion say. Now, back on subject.
You can think it's unfair.
I don't think it's unfair. I think that movies and television, basically entertainment, is becoming obsequious with the LGBTQ to the point of where it's like they're just taking characters and making them gay for the fact of, will this sell some comics for a month?
You can feel like we're stealing something from you.
Don't feel like you're stealing a damn thing other than my time. Stealing pieces of my sanity. Oh, this is only going one way. You must respect us. Remember how it used to be with the gay community? Where it's just like they were like, we want to live our lives. And you're like, cool, whatever. Go ahead, do what you want. Have a pride parade, dance around. Tickle your nuts with a feather on the float. I don't give a f. And then all of a sudden, they were like, wait, what? You don't care? Yeah, don't care. Oh my God, we need more representation now. And it's like, but I thought you just wanted to live your life like the rest of us asked. Remember when like gay marriage was the big thing? The big thing. Ooh. And most of us were like, we don't care. Let the gays get married and they could be as miserable as straight people. That's how little we care. Now it's just like, this is next level of where it's like, you don't care. So now they want representation. So everything is in your face and you're supposed to look at it and then clap and like it. And then if you do that, the next logical step is to go, well, if you won't have sex with a trans person, you're a bigot. See how it just escalates? It just escalates. It's like the more you give, it's never enough. Like the feminist movement, like I said before. It's like, I don't get the movement. It's like, is America that bad? You want bad. I think what's going on in Afghanistan for women is bad. And not one feminist is flying down there to fix a thing because they know the outcome. Those dudes aren't going to listen to shit. It's better to be over here and tell a subservient white man that he's garbage than to go over to Afghanistan with a dude who will not take it.
But it's still only going in one direction. You will respect us.
You know, technically respect is earned, not given. I mean, let's just be real here. It's been said since the dawn of time. You want us to accept you, straight people? Yeah, sure, whatever. Live your life. But if you want us to respect you, I don't know, maybe stop turning everything into like Stonewall, like the Dave Chappelle thing. Like, really? You want respect? I think most of us would go, take your lumps like the rest of us. When Dave Chappelle was doing bits about poor black neighborhoods and babies living on the corner, selling drugs and doing whatever, the LGBTQ did not run up and say this was bad. The second he did his specials that were more about the movement that seems a little just crazy, doesn't it? Like it went from, we just want to live our lives to worship us now. And you're like, I don't want to do that. And they're like, oh my God, we got a bigot on our hands, girl. And as I was saying before, it always escalates. Here's another trans person telling you what a bigot you are. You bigot.
If you're cis and you won't date trans folks, you're a transphobe.
You know, what happened to people just having preferences? Lord knows as a straight man, I hear about a woman's preferences all the time. Maybe I should have broken to song and dance when the last woman who told me I was too short for her.
Do I look 5'1", bitch?
You are 5'1".
Do I look 5'1", bitch?
5'1".
Do I look 5'1",
Just told me that. I should be like, if you won't date a man under 6 foot, you're a height phobe. Ow! Should have did like Prince. Prince was short. I should have did it for Prince.
Now, if that made you mad, maybe it's your prejudices that you need to probe.
Let's have a chat about transphobia, shall we?
Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no.
You know what my problem is? You don't know how to sing. Why are you trying to auto-tune yourself for real? How would anyone be mad at like, nobody cares? You know? It's like, that's what you think. Guess what? Opinions are like ass. We all got one. There, put it to a song. Hire me, Disney.
No matter the reasons you've got, you're reducing us to when we disrobe.
What? God, Jesus Christ. Christ. I'm so offended by these tones. Where's Tevin Campbell? I miss when gay people used to be able to sing, Lord, bring back George Michaels and take any one of these new gay people. Bring back Freddie, God. Freddie Mercury never did this. Oh my God, Freddie he wasn't even human. He was a god among men. Rob Halford, Judas Priest, gay as hell. I don't care if Rob Halford sticks his nose in another man's ass like he's a pig looking for truffles. Rob Halford from Judas Priest is also a legend. Guess what? He's gay. Learn to sing. That's my point. I miss old gay people.
And that kind of thinking ain't sophisticated. It's more like a micro.
Oh my God. Luther Vandross is dead, and this motherfucker running around singing like this. Tell me there's a God.
Like microbes. I know you think you've got good reasons, maybe you do.
Okay.
Trauma's real, it's hard to heal. I'd never say that that isn't true.
Oh my God. I'd rather listen to the first one. The first one didn't sing. I don't even know what the gender the first one's supposed to be.
But transphobia's transphobia, and you won't get a pass when we're through.
Great. Militarize the transsexual movement. Transphobia is transphobia. You won't get a pass when we're through. Ah, great. You don't want to have sex with a transsexual person? You're a bigot now. You're a monster. You're part of the problem. Good Lord. Wasn't the Nazi movement kind of like this? It just slowly escalated till the German people were kind of like, whoa, it got out of hand, but oh well, mein Führer. That's what they're hoping for.
We're human beings, not sex organs, cis lesbians. I'm talking to you.
Oh my God. You did not come for the lesbians, queen. Oh my God. Oh my Lord have mercy. It's a civil war going on, children, and we didn't even know. How? How do you... Did that not just escalate? Like, we went from probably 60 miles per hour to breaking the sound barrier. We're coming for you, cis lesbians. How is it, as a straight man, I can understand the concept, right? As a straight man, I know a lesbian does not want to have sex with me. She likes to lick poussoir. She likes to eat a woman's booty like groceries. She likes to pull a Rob Halford. How come I understand that and know that if a woman says she's a lesbian, the door's closed, she's not interested? Yet the trans movement, who you would think would be, you know, understanding of this, is at war with the lesbians because they don't want to, and I quote, so suck the dick, you bigot. Like, why is that so hard to understand? If I was a transsexual woman lesbian, talk about a mouthful, I would know most cis lesbians wouldn't want to suck my feminine. Why is this a war? Why is this a problem? So when the time comes, when the trans Gestapo comes to power, I'm going to be right next to Ellen DeGeneres at the fucking gallows. I'm going to be, my hands tied behind my back. I'm going to turn and look to my right. It's going to be Ellen DeGeneres. And my last word's going to be, God, your fucking show sucked and I hate it when you dance. But you know what, girl? I was with you on the pussy train. The floor falls out. Me and Ellen DeGeneres are hanging, and she like uses her last bit of strength to spit in my face. Oh my God. I love this time. You know what? 2020 is great because it's so stupid. America is so... We're so at war and at odds with each other that these are the major issues for most people. They don't pay attention to nothing going on in the government. Legislation passes that removes more of your rights every day. They want to check your bank account. They want to have control over cryptocurrency. They want to know what you're doing and when. But everybody's more concerned with if the lesbians will suck trans. Listen, if you're a trans lesbian, you know what your best move would be? Look as attractive as you possibly can. And then you can get bisexual girls. You know, shoot for that one. That's the move to make. I don't know. This is just from me as a man who was once a makeup artist and one of the sexiest front men to ever grace the stage, to the point of where gay men tried to kidnap me. But that's a whole other story. I got more chicks during that time of my life looking like a woman. I called it economics. But that's for a podcast. Let's get the hell out of here, Stu. This video probably won't even be posted.